drive brewing right here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
But how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 38 yards. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the odds. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Once more, here's Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Phillips looking like he may be a long-term centerpiece of the Miami defense. Put up 7 sacks last season. The Fins, they're hoping he can become a game wrecker here in year 3.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
It's Williams on the catch. They'll give him 4 yards there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Que va, tío, no te líes. No te estoy escuchando, pero que no. Que le estás plantando cara. Que voy a seguir jugando, tío, que no te escucho, ya te digo. Que vaya bien, tronco.
Here's 3rd and 3. Up the middle with Eckler. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that's into the hands of Eckler. Able to slither by. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Looking Austin Eckler's way again. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And his kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play, but no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver when he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
The 2 is going to change things up. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Buena, tío.
From a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 31 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 89 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That's it for the first half.
Pedazo de primera mitad, Fran, tío. Vamos para allá, para la segunda.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
135 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and a yard. Here's Herbert. He's got Allen. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they'll get this to the 40-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So from the 22, here's second and 2. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one, a first down pick.
Voy a cambiar de running back, un segundo.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll look to run with Spiller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Isaiah Spiller taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15.
¡Buah! Flipas. ¡Qué pedazo de touchdown! Enhorabuena.
Tyreek Hill. Already his second touchdown.
Es imparable el cabrón.
And the Dolphins are back within a score. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Herbert on 1st down now. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll go right back to Spiller here on 1st down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now it's Herbert. And he's unable to...
¡Buah! Eso era intercepción. Perdona.
Game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Es que Tyreek hay veces que no coge todas. Pero buen intento, tío. Me he cagado mucho, tío.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth?
Sí, que se ha trastabillado, vamos.
Fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit.
Bueno, sigo, tío, que si no, no te escucho. Que estoy aquí con el mando en la oreja, ¿sabes?
The Charger drive about to get going. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
23 yards the pickup there. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Herbert now. Flush to his right. Caught by Allen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. For that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
170 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. We are through 3 quarters here on the
Bueno, tío, último cuarto. Ya verás que tienes oportunidades aún y yo la puedo cagar. Seguro, lo más seguro que la cague. Suerte.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And he's gonna go.
Buen sack.
Back at the 24. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan and start to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Short pass to Howard. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be out just...
Buah, cómo se ha ido Howard, el cabrón.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's
Bueno, pues buena captura. El cabrón se lesiona mucho. Espero que no se te lesione. Muy bueno, tío. Sí, sí. Bueno, buena adquisición.
Big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give up the middle to H.A. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard down to the
Ya se te están lesionando mucho, loco.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tua going to throw.
Buena. Buenísima, tío. Hay partido.
With now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, good return up past the
La autopista.
solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Charger drive about to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He's got it to Williams. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Te me han acabado las ideas, tío. Me vas a ganar.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Let's go.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds just before.
Pero ¿por qué he modificado la ruta si no, cagada?
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively.
Hay tiempo, hay tiempo.
Work sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Herbert throwing again. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll try and run for it with Spiller.
A punto del tackle, lo que ha estado.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Isaiah.
Lo siento, tío. Lo siento mucho.
Second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
From the gun, it's Tua. And now here is another interception.
Qué suerte he tenido, lo siento, de verdad. Ha sido una suerte, no lo he hecho ni yo, de verdad.
At the 45-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions.
Ah, qué putada eso, tío. Bueno, aún me puedes parar, hay partido, hay partido. Voy a seguir, tío. Hay partido. Venga, ánimo.
The manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
On the counter, it's Spiller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Out to his left. And this caught left side by the tight end Parham.
Buena, 4th y 1. No sé ni qué hacer ahora, tío. Muy bueno parado, muy bien parado.
He's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Now a timeout called for by the defense. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A mí no sé si me llega un field goal, no tengo ni idea de lo que voy a hacer. Bueno, venga, vamos para allá.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they?
Buenísima, tío. ¿Ves? Hay partido. Va, ánimo.
He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
This is 1st and 10. Now Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 47-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is
Buenísima.
all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Ya ves, qué dos pedazos de receptores tienes, loco.
47 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Sanders on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd. See if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Herbert gonna throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up on
Wow, no entiendo dónde me ha tirado. Buenísima, tío. Lo tienes.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Tua. 2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Tua. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that's a touchdown.
Buenísima. Mira, ¿ves? Al final yo todo el rato delante y al final tú me has remontado, tío. Buenísima, tío. Buenísima.
Have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on
Ya, yo me hubiera cagado y que hubiera corrido el reloj, pero lo has hecho muy bien porque yo 30 segundos es que no tengo nada.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And just shedding him off there. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing Herbert.
Ahí lo tiene. Enhorabuena, tío. Lo has peleado al final.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the plays.
Planta rodilla si quieres. Eso, planta rodilla, que no te voy a pedir tiempo muerto ni nada ya.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
No, que si ves juegos cortos y se me han acabado las ideas ya, se me acabaron, es que digo, me va a pillar 1000 veces más las jugadas, así que me has pillado la jugada, en defensa lo has abordado, tío. Nada, chapó. Enhorabuena. Y el ataque de puta madre con Tyreek y Waddle, vamos, esas te han salido los pases largos, buah, de lujo. Bueno, tío, hablamos por WhatsApp o lo que sea, ¿vale? Que enhorabuena.
But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your